But that psalm is not going to mean much to us unless we understand which David wrote it. Most of us are accustomed to seeing images of a young, handsome David there on the green Judean hills on the Bethlehem landscape with a harp in hand and sling by his side overlooking his father's sheep. But the Holy Spirit has led me to believe that it's not that young, ruddy, handsome David who wrote Psalm 23, but rather it's the old, grizzled king, the David who sits in Jerusalem's seat on that throne there with his hands perhaps gnarled. His knuckles are swollen from holding the sword and the scepter. It's not that bright-eyed boy, if you heard that, it's wrong. It's not that bright-eyed young shepherd boy who wrote Psalm 23, but it's the weary old-eyed king. Not the young hopeful David, but the old experienced David wrote Psalm 23. The author of Psalm 23 is the old David who has come to the end of his life and discovers that he has not made it to the end of his life because he has been good, smart, or lucky. David comes to the end of his life and realizes that the only reason I have got through all the foolishness of life that I've come through is because somebody above me has been looking out for me. And the only way I can describe the care I have received from the King of Kings and Lord of Lords is that I have to condescend his high estate down to my lowliest understanding and declare, the Lord is my shepherd. David says, I have concrete evidence in the care of God. That's what I want you to remember when you leave Patchogue today. I want you to remember that God will take care of you in all of life's seasons. Yes. And so Psalm 23 reveals 3 seasons. 3 different seasons. It's a 3-season revelation that David has seen the shepherd take care of him. 3 seasons. Then I'm done here. David starts off by telling us that God will and has taken care of him and will also do the same for you because I have seen him in the pasture season. Season number 1, the pasture season. Psalm 23 is actually part of a trinity of psalms. It's not a standalone psalm. If you read it by itself, you lose the message. Psalm 22, 23, and 24 go together. They are a package. Psalm 22 is about the crucified Christ. It is a psalm that Jesus would quote when he was on the cross. He quoted Psalm 22. My God, why have you forsaken me? Psalm 22 describes the ugly, agonizing death of Jesus. Yes, Psalm 22 is about the crucified Christ. But Psalm 24 is about the crowned Christ. Psalm 24 is where we discover that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and the world and those that dwell therein. We have my Bible readers in here. We come to Psalm 24 and we see a preview of the glorified Christ in his return. So from our perspective today, Psalm 22 is in the past. Psalm 24 is in the future. Psalm 22 is what we look back on. Psalm 24 is what we look forward to. Psalm 22 is that he died for us. Psalm 24, he's coming back to get us. Psalm 22 shows my suffering Jesus. Psalm 24 shows my returning triumphant Jesus. But what I need between Psalm 22 and my history and Psalm 24 and my destiny is Psalm 23, my present moment. And that's why I need somebody here. I need somebody in my life to take care of my present, right now issues that are going on. And that's why I love my Jesus, because Jesus does not only cover the sins of my past. Jesus does not only secure my place in eternity, but he's a Jesus that's taking care of my life right now in the present. And so David says, the Lord is my shepherd. Come on. There's something I want you to notice in the pasture season. In the pasture season, I want you to notice, I shall not want. This means I shall not be in want. I may have needs, but I'm not needy. I may have desires, but I'm not desperate. I may have some things I'm looking forward to, but I'm not in a panic. I'm not in a rush. I'm not pulling up my heel because I've got confidence that the shepherd will take care of me. I'm in the pasture. Do you see? Imagine with me the pasture season. David paints a picture with his poetic, prophetic prowess. A picture of the pasture. He paints a view of what the shepherd looks like with the sheep in his plush, lush, green pasture. Don't you miss, though, that the beauty of that scene, it exposes the weakness of the sheep. Sheep are built with physical deficiencies, and they have instinctively intellectual deficiencies. Sheep are defenseless. They don't have sharp claws to fight off and sharp teeth to fend off predators. No, sheep does not have that. They're not very fast in comparison to other animals. They're very slow. Sheep are defenseless. But if you were to talk to a shepherd, they would also tell you that sheep are dumb. A sheep will stand there and watch a predator eat a fellow sheep, and the sheep will not run away. The sheep will just stay there and wait its turn to be eaten. Sheep are defenseless and dumb. They have very dull teeth. They can't chew brown grass. I wish I had persons in here who know about sheep. Because if they chew brown grass, they won't grind it up fine enough, and it will get caught in their throats, and they will choke trying to eat brown grass. Sheep can't drink at rough or choppy waters because their nose is so close to their mouth that if the water is too rough or too choppy, it will get in their nose. The water, if it's too rough or choppy, will also get on the wool, and the sheep's body will get soggy and heavy, and will cause them to be pulled into the rough and choppy waters, and the sheep would drown. And so the shepherd knows that the sheep are defenseless and dumb. So he puts them in pastures where they can handle the environment and be fed and be refreshed without hurting themselves. Come closer. Because my teeth are so dull, I cannot chew brown grass. He makes me lie down in green pastures. Because I cannot drink at rough or choppy waters, he doesn't take me beside waters that are running too fast. He leaves me beside still waters. I want to help somebody at Patchogue that is looking at another pasture, thinking it would be better for you over there. But let me tell you, the shepherd put you where you can handle the grass and where you can handle the water. If you had gotten the job that you wanted, you would have drowned. If you had gotten the relationship that you wanted, you would have choked. If you had gotten to be friends with that person you wanted to be friends with, they would have ruined you. So the shepherd knows exactly what you can handle and puts you in pastures where you can be satisfied and not die. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leaves me beside still waters. But even in the pasture, I'm going to go deeper now. It seems that you can handle it. Even in the pasture can be dangerous for the sheep. Come on. If I had time, I would tell you that the sheep only lie down when their bellies are full. Which means he puts us in pastures that have more grass than we need. More than we need. There's enough grass to eat and lie down. But I don't have time to get into that. That's for another sermon. Remind me when I come back here, the next sermon. Lying down, I'm giving you the title now. lying down when your stomach is full. That's for the next time. So he makes me lie down in green pastures. And the sheep can get so comfortable in the pasture that the sheep would roll on his side, on his back, and would have difficulty getting back on his feet again. It's in a green pasture beside still waters. But it is still in a dangerous position, because a sheep knows how to get itself in trouble, but does not know how to get itself out of trouble. So what it tries to do is try to flail its legs while it's on its back, and that would cause the blood to rush out of its legs, and it gets hot, and if it gets hot, it would die quickly. If it gets too cold, it suffers extensively. So the best thing for the sheep to do when it got itself into trouble and can't get itself out of trouble, the best thing for that sheep to do is just keep still. I got a witness in here. I want to talk to somebody who's just like that sheep, because all of us are experts at getting ourselves into trouble, but we are novices in getting ourselves out of trouble. And I'm saying to you that sometimes the best move is no move at all. The best thing you can do is stop trying to fix your own life. Stop trying to get your own self up. Stop trying to figure things out on your own. When you're on your back, all you have to do is stay still and call out to your master. Call out to your shepherd. Because the shepherd is an expert at dissecting between common sheep conversation and a sheep who's crying out in a crisis. The shepherd knows when the sheep is saying, I'm hurt. The shepherd knows when the sheep is saying, I can't get myself on my feet again. The shepherd knows when the sheep is saying, it's not my mother. The shepherd knows, it's not my father, but it's me. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. The shepherd knows that. And I came from Brentwood to Patchogue. We've been singing all along to tell you. We've been singing the same songs all along. We've been clapping our hands to the same things. But the shepherd can hear your personal, individual cry. He knows your distress. He knows your agony. He knows your pain. He knows your distress. He's running to your rescue, and he'll pick you up and put you on your feet again and make sure the blood starts flowing again. That's what that one little line means. He restores my soul. Some translation puts it this way, if you get it directly from the Hebrew. He keeps me alive. I'm in the pasture season. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leaves me beside still waters. And when I get myself in a mess and I can't get out of the mess, he picks me up and puts me back on my feet. He keeps me alive. He restores my soul. But David now leaves the pasture season and he now goes into the pathway season. The sheep have left the pasture. The sheep are now on the move. They're now in the pathway season, second season. They're now on the path of righteousness for his name's sake. David is referring to paths that are now walkways in the hills of Judea. These now walkways, David was very familiar with them. They went to the land and property of their neighbors. And those neighbors were growing their grains or crops to feed their families for the sake of trading. And a sheep leaving the pasture that is now on the path will get hungry along the way. Appetite will begin to rise in the sheep. But the sheep were not supposed to eat the neighbor's grain for two reasons. One, it did not belong to them. And two, because the neighbor's grain would have full their bellies, but it did not have the necessary nutrients to make the sheep healthy. It would have satisfied their bellies, but not satisfied their needs. And the issue here was, the Jews at that time did not fence their fields in. There were no fences. So the sheep had access to the grain, but they were not allowed to eat the grain. So they had to be restricted. Even though they were hungry and grain was available to them, the sheep had to trust that the shepherd was taking them from what they needed to what they needed next. And if the shepherd did not stop, it was not their grain. If the shepherd did not stop, it was not their pasture. Sometimes God takes us on paths that give us opportunities and access. But access is not necessarily a blessing. Just because it's accessible does not mean it's acceptable. Let me talk to one person here right now and tell you, every door that's opened is not a green pasture. Yes. Every offer that you get is not God's opportunity for you. And you and I have got to learn to distinguish by knowing that the shepherd will alert us and let us know when it's his will or not. The shepherd will let us know that that open door is not his will. But preacher, how will I know then? I have all these doors opening. How would I know that that one is demonic and this one is from above? How will I know, preacher? I'm glad you asked. There are two tests for you to apply here. Just two. And you'll know if it's God's will for your life. Just two. If it's God's will for your life, the first test, it will be a righteous path.
Amen.
Making you work too hard. Yes. And the second test, it will bring God glory.
Amen. Yes.
He's right there in the text. He leads me in the path of righteousness. So if I gotta cuss and fuss to get it, it ain't God. If I gotta sneak and hide to get it, it ain't God. If I got a brown nose to get it, it ain't God. If I gotta play politics to get it, it ain't God. If I got to compromise my Christian character to get it, it ain't God, because he leads me in paths of righteousness.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
Test number two. It will bring God glory because he does it for his name's sake. I gotta break that down for you. Several shepherds will bring their sheep together. Come back with me to where David was, right? Let me transport you back here. They'll bring their sheep together, and when they bring them together, because shepherds are nosy, they look at each other's sheep. And they will notice if a sheep is weak, sick, or thin, and they're not blaming the sheep. They will say the sheep has a bad shepherd. But if the sheep were healthy and fat and strong, they would not give the credit to the sheep, they'll give the credit to the shepherd. I'm trying to help somebody here. They make me work hard. God is not keeping you just for you. Yes. He's keeping you because he has put his name on the line. Yes. He has put his name on you because he decided to attach his godness to your care. Yes. My Patchogue friends, God has decided to take care of you so that the enemies and the naysayers and the doubters would have no cause to say that you have a bad shepherd. And that's why you've got to stop stealing God's glory for the things that go good in your life. Stop telling folks how smart you are. Stop telling folks how wonderful the schools you've been to. Stop telling folks how hard you work. You ain't worked that hard. You ain't not that smart. Your school has not been all that wonderful. Can I tell you why you got where you are today? It's because the shepherd put his name on you. We're still in the past. We're still in the past. And verse 4 tells us, while we're on the path, he takes us into the valley of the shadow of death. I like to keep it simple just the way the Holy Spirit gave it to me. It's a valley that got a shadow. Valleys are low. Shadows make things dark. So the valley is a low, dark place. Have you ever been going along valleys? And you just woke up one morning and you find yourself in a low, dark place? I know when we come to church, we're supposed to talk about these things. We're supposed to always have Jesus' joy and always be hallelujah happy. And some persons, even here right now, you think that church is supposed to be an antidepressant. That would always lift your emotional state and your mood. But the truth is, some of us are in here right now, and you smile, and you're smiling, and you look happy. But you left home, and you're going back home to a low, dark place. Have you ever been there? The job that you were excited to get and thrilled about to get, but you really wanted that job, but in 6 months you found out that the co-workers on this job are just as crazy as the ones on the one you want to get passed off.
Yes.
Low, dark place. That blissful, happy relationship, that marriage that you thought was the answer to all your prayers. Finally, I found my boo. What a beautiful wedding day. And you're feeding each other cake, but it didn't take long for you to realize that she likes to wash your clothes in Thai, but your mama washed them in Arm & Hammer. Low, dark place. Finances riding high, things going well in your life, and then all of a sudden, you've got some money in the bank. All of a sudden, some unanticipated, some extremely high bill came along and shattered your finances. Messed up your credit, and today you're still digging yourself out of debt. Low, dark place. You got a smile on your face, but you're crying on the inside. And you're wondering, where is the shepherd? You're in a low, dark place. Yet, you are still on the path. But God knows that in order to get you from this pasture to the next pasture of blessing, you have not maybe, you must go through a low. So if you want God to remove you and take you out of that low, dark place you're in right now, you're not going to make it. Because to get to the next pasture of blessing, you've got to go through a low, dark place. Watch this now, watch this now, watch this now. The audience of Psalms now changes. Take my time with this one now. Verses 1, 2, and 3. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. And even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil for you. Wait a minute here now. Take some time here. If you don't know it from the Bible, you need to look at it again and say, wow, I read it. Look at it again. In verses 1, 2, and 3. I know you've been Adventist for 40 years. But in verses 1, 2, and 3, David is talking to somebody else about God.
Yes. Yes.
But in verse 4, he starts talking to God directly.
Amen.
In verses 1, 2, and 3, he's having a conversation. He did this for me. He did that for me. All of a sudden now David stopped saying and said, you!
Yes.
Can I tell you why? Because it's easy to find friends in green pastures and beside still waters, but God takes you through the valley to expose the folks who are really with you and those who are not really with you. God will let you go through the valley because some folks who you think are your friends are just your acquaintances, and there's a difference between the folks who are with you and the folks who are near you, because the folks who are with you will walk with you through the valley of the shadow of death, but the folks who are near you will wave bye-bye when every sign of trouble comes in your life.
That's right. It's true. It's true.
So now David has to talk to God directly. You, because now he's in the valley, his friends are gone. There's no one else to talk to God about. So it changes from he to you. Just me and you now, because we're in the valley, they all left me. So now he's talking to God personally. And David is saying, I walked with God long enough through low dark places that I ain't scared. I'm not scared of the low dark places, because I walked with God long enough to know that in the low dark place, I've been with him long enough to know you might leave me, but he never does. You might turn your back on me, but he turns his face to me. You might abandon me, but he aligns himself with me. In my low dark place, I've got somebody, and I'm not scared because he's right in the Bible. You are with me. He's right in verse 4. I ain't scared because you're still with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. What does that mean? I've got the presence of the Lord, and I've got the protection of the Lord. I got to spend some time on this one until you get what this means. It takes me about an hour for each verse when I'm preparing. It's 1 hour per verse. I've got his rod and his staff. His rod, that short wooden club that they use to fend off animals. That long staff with a hook at the end that they use to pull the sheep close when they get out of the line to get them back in line. Tools of protection and correction. A short piece of wood, that's the rod. A long piece of wood, that's the staff. David is comforted in his low, dark place because my shepherd has a short piece of wood. You'll get it in a minute. And a long piece of wood. That's what Jesus meant when he said in John 10, 11, 14, and 15, where he said, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd gives his life for his sheep. Yes. I am the good shepherd. They'll get it in a minute. Yes. I lay down my life for the sheep. And Jesus proves that statement by taking a long piece of wood because they hung him high, and a short piece of wood because they stretched him wide. Whenever you are discomforted and in a low, dark place, all you got to remember is that the shepherd got a rod and a staff, and he's comforting you in the cross. And you can find comfort in your friends, and comfort in your bank account, and comfort in your connections. You can find comfort in the cross. That's why we sing, Jesus, keep me near the cross. There's a precious fountain through the wall. A healing stream flows from Calvary's mountain. Yes. There's the pasture season. There's the pack season. Yes. Verse 5 and 6 gives us our final season, the prosperity season. Different season now, verse 5 and 6. David changes altogether now. David now leaves the picture of the sheep and the pasture, and now gives us a picture of a host and his guests. Wow. There's a parallel here that David talks along two tracks at the same time. In verse 5, left the pasture, left the path. He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Can you see God now? He's cooking in Glory's kitchen. And while he's cooking, God is establishing the guest list. Yes, and he places on one side of the table the beloved of God, the saved, the redeemed, the blood-bought. And he puts on the other side of the table enemies of faith, Satan, demons, those that possess an influence. On the guest list, he invites the children of God. Sit at the table, enjoy the banquet. Satan and demons. Invite them. Invite them to sit there as well. God invites them to the feast for the expressed intent of making them watch you enjoy the blessing banquet while they are unable to stop you from enjoying the blessing banquet. They are an audience, but they are not a hindrance. I came from Brentwood to tell somebody Patchogue today. That's why God won't get rid of your enemies. That's why God won't kill your enemies. This is why God will never ever put your enemies out of your life. Because God desires an audience for his blessings in your life. And God wants them to see him blessing you, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Stop chasing your enemies away. He wants them to see you being blessed by him. And they can't stop the blessing. Let them sit there and watch. So God says, no. invite them, let them watch them. Let them watch them feast on my blessings. And there's nothing they can do.
Amen.
And so he prepares a table before me. In the presence. Now you understand why. They got to see it in the presence of my enemies. For the shepherd and the sheep, that was the high ground. It's what you call the tableland. You go home and do the research of what the tableland is. The shepherd would take the sheep up to the tableland. Up there had aerated soil, and the soil had better nutrients on the tableland. So the grass would grow better and have the necessary nutrients for the sheep on the tableland. The predators would be on the bottom of the tableland, and the sheep would be on the top of the tableland. And the predators could see the sheep, and the sheep could see the predators. But the predators could not get up to the sheep. And the sheep was safe as long as the sheep did not descend to the level of the predators. The Holy Spirit is talking to somebody. You're making me work hard. That's why they are cussing and fussing and angry. It's because they're trying to get you to come down to their level. But if you stay on the high ground, they can talk, but they can't stop you. They can lie, but they can't stop you. They can criticize you, but they can't stop you. As long as you stay and don't come down to their level. You anoint my head with oil. This was a refreshing experience for the guests who came a mighty long way. Going back to David's time. But for the sheep, the oil did several things. I mean, several things. I don't have time to give you everything in detail as to what the oil did for the sheep. But I want to tell you two main things why the shepherds would use the oil. You read that all the time. You're not my heavy soil. I'll tell you right now. All credit goes to the Holy Spirit. Thank you. Yes. For the sheep, the oil did several things. The two main things I want to tell you, and only those who have kept livestock or studied wildlife habits would be aware of what I'm going to talk about now. Sheep are especially troubled by what you call the nose or nasal fly. Go home when you do research after Sabbath. Sheep are especially troubled by the nose or the nasal fly. And so the shepherd would use the oil and pour it on the nose of the sheep. Because these little flies would lay eggs in the sheep's nostrils, and this would cause an itch that the sheep could not scratch. And so firstly, the oil would get the flies and the eggs to slide out. The insects will just slide off. Because God knows that all of us have some itches that we can't scratch. That's sermon number 2. Take that one up. The next sermon I preach here, where the itch won't scratch. Take that, that's the next title. When the itch won't scratch. Secondly, that's when I come back, not now. The oil was a unique blend of spices. It had certain ingredients in there. Because whenever there was lush, plush, green grass, there were always snakes in the grass. And the oil, because of the ingredients, the spices, and the aroma, help me, Holy Spirit, the oil was a natural oil snake repellent. Holy Spirit, make it plain for somebody. Make it plain. They're not getting it. It's not that they don't like you. They just can't stand the oil that's on you. That's why they don't invite you to lunch. That's why you're not invited to the parties. That's why he gave you his number and he never called you back. Can I tell you why? It wasn't you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just a regular old sheep The issue is God's oil on your life repels the snakes. You ought to thank God because they would have hurt you, they would have poisoned you, they would have caused their venom to run in your bloodstream. But God anointed your head with oil to keep the snakes away. Anoint my head with oil. That's why I don't want to talk to you anymore, my sister. The oil, they can't stand the oil. That's on. That's why he never called you back. It's the oil. There's nothing wrong with you. It's God's anointing on your life. They can't stand it, so they got to stay away from the oil. Anointed my head with oil. Yeah. But I can't finish because he said my cup runs over. I'm going to park the car here. This is an issue of God's abundance being greater than our capacity.
Yes.
God got more in the picture than we have in our tiny little cup. He's not the God of enough. Stop saying that. That's wrong. He's the God of more than enough. And that's why David has come to the conclusion of all of this by saying, surely.
Yes, agreed.
I'll spend some time here. The word used in Hebrew for surely is ak. And ak in Hebrew is used, I tell you, the English language always disrespects God, doesn't do God justice. Ak, when David wrote it, is used for emphasis, to emphasize what follows. So when David was writing this, if you read it in the Hebrew, here's how you'll read it. You'll read and you'll say, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Surely, or goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days. No rush, because David is saying now, I used to wonder if God would come through, but now I say, surely. I used to have doubts if he can do it, but now I say, surely. I used to have some questions, but now I can say, surely. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Now, the Hebrew word for mercy, because I read this passage in Hebrew about 10 times. The Hebrew word for mercy is literally translated, the loyal love of God. That's what it means literally, the loyal love of God. It's God's predisposition to love you, Elisan, in spite of you. Which means there's nothing you can do to make God stop loving you. Amen. Somebody will get that. There's nothing you have done. There's nothing about you. There's nothing you can do. No matter what is, I know they said they're going to disfellowship you. God will never stop loving you. Amen. You can't sin in your way out of God's love. Amen. All he wants is just a repentant heart. Just to say, I'm sorry, I messed up. David gets to the end of his life, and David says, I realize I've had a sovereign stalker. Everywhere I've gone, when I look over my shoulder, I've seen God loving me. David is saying, I've been stalked by God's love. Goodness and mercy have been following me all the days of my life. I don't know about you, but I've not always done the right thing. Me, yeah, the preacher, me, the pastor. But God has always had my back. I have not always said the right thing, but God has always had my back. The pastor has not always done the right thing, but God has always had my back. Goodness and mercy have been following me all the days of my life. It took mercy just to get me here safely. Watch David now. We're done. And notice why David says his most final and critical words. I want you to notice. Then we're done. He already established that God has been looking out for me. He established that God has made me lie down in green pastures. God has led me beside still waters. God has put a table in front of me that my enemies can't block. God has been with me in low dark places. God has poured oil on my head. God has had my back. And so David says, for all these things that you have done for me, I've only got one response. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. David, what are you saying to Patchogue? David is saying to Patchogue, since God has been good to me, I've made up my mind to be good to God. Amen. I want to be in God's house forever. I want to be where God is forever. Yes. I hear the old saints say, when praises go up, blessings come down. Or when you turn it around, I say, when praises go up, blessings come down. When blessings come down, praises ought to go up. If the Lord has been watching out for you, if the Lord has been making ways for you, if the Lord has opened doors for you, nobody should have to pump you up. Nobody should have to shake you. Nobody should have to tell you. You should do it all by yourself and say, Lord, I will bless your name at all times. Your praises shall continually be in my mouth. That's why you'll never hear me say one time. Never hear me say, can I get an amen? I should have to tell you. Yes. Not me. I must tell you to tell God, hallelujah, thank you. You who God woke up this morning, never. Yes. If you don't feel you need to do that, don't do it. You ought to tell God, thank you all by yourself. Yes. You don't know what the Lord has done for me. That's why sometimes some people in church come down and they see you and they see the way you're praising your God and the way you're behaving. And they look at you kind of funny. And if you know your Bible, the Bible doesn't know where I'm coming from. And they see you praying and they say, but first, Ella, that woman is drunk. Only the Bible doesn't know what I'm talking about. And they think you're drunk the way you're walking when you're praying. And they hear you shout, hallelujah. They see you standing and clapping your hands and praising your God. But you know why? It's okay why they're looking at you like that. You know why? They don't know what God has done for you. They weren't there when He healed you. They weren't there when He made ways for you. They weren't there when He opened doors for you. They were not there when He forgave your sins. They weren't there if it had not been for His mercy, if it had not been for His grace, if it had not been for the Lord on my side. Where would I be? Patchogue, whatever you're going through, be not be dismayed. Whatever betide. God, not maybe, will. God will. God will take care of you. Amen.
Let us stand as we sing our closing hymn. Hymn 633. Hymn 633. When we all get together. Hymn 633.
For us
voices sing. I want to hear you sing this song. Together, last two verses. Let us stand